Welcome back to the JPVille Railroad. In this video, we're going to be talking about my newest locomotive, Strasburg Steam Locomotive number 90. In this video, I'm going to let you know how I acquired it, tell you some of the details and features about it, and lastly, show it in operation. If you'd like to check it out, just come along with me. So before we continue, I want to let you know that the JPVille Railroad is pretty much the same as what you remember it as if you've seen the previous videos. I did talk about doing some changes to it, but actually I am completely happy with it, so nothing major has been done to it as far as the layout, the track, anything like that. There are one or two new buildings, some new people, new cars, and a couple Easter eggs hidden about. Otherwise, it's completely the same. But before we talk about Strasburg number 90 made by Lionel, let's talk about the real Strasburg 90 that you can see in person at Strasburg, Pennsylvania. So this locomotive was built in June of 1924 for the Great Western Railroad by Baldwin Locomotive Works of Philadelphia. Number 90 is one of just two operational Decapod Class 210O wheel configuration locomotives remaining in America. After spending 40 years of hauling commodities, primarily sugar beets, through the mountains of northern Colorado, she was sold to Strasburg Railroad in 1967 for a grand total of just $23,000. As soon as number 90 arrived in Strasburg over 50 years ago, she instantly became a fan favorite and remains so even today. And in case you're curious, the weight of the locomotive is 212,000 pounds. Now this is actually one locomotive I've not seen in person at Strasburg. I've seen number 475 and 611, but I've not seen number 90 in operation yet, but I do own number 90 right now. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that Lionel did make different variations of it. Now, although the real locomotive and different variations do have the 210O wheel configuration, the one I have today is an 080 wheel configuration. Now, I did receive this locomotive from my friend Alan of Revenge of the Apocalypse. He's the original owner of it. He bought it brand new, and he ended up deciding to go with a different model of it, and I was looking to get rid of it, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to bring it home and make it part of the JPVille Railroad. So now I'm the proud owner of it, and so far I've been loving it. Now, a few things I do want to tell you about the locomotive. The particular unit I have can operate conventionally with a transformer, or via the Bluetooth app, which is the Lion Chief app on a smart device, or with the included Lion Chief remote, which I'll be using today. It does have a smoke unit and rail sound speaker system, both of which can be turned on or off with the switches underneath the unit. Rail announcements from a Strasburg employee were recorded for the Lionel units of Strasburg 90, and when it's in standby mode, it'll play one set of announcements. Then when it's rolling in operation, it'll play a different set of announcements, all of which can be triggered from the remote or the app. I will say for the price point that it's available at, it does come with some decent detail. I do like that it has the features of the smoke unit and the rail sounds, including the real announcements from Strasburg themselves. Now, having the included remote does make it very simple to operate. Wireless control, so you could stand anywhere you want and operate it. You don't have to worry about sitting there with a traditional transformer. And if you don't want to use a smart device, this is probably the easiest way to go. It gives you access to the throttle and the three buttons, access to the whistle, the bell, and the announcements. Now, this is not my first steam locomotive for my train layout. On the inner tubular track is my circus train, which is my first Lionel train. That does blow out smoke rings when it goes around, which is a neat effect. I also do have another steam locomotive given to me by my friend Nick of Nick's Crossing, which is another great smoker. But this one so far has been a joy to run around. I love having the option of the remote because my other two units, the Alaska and my Conrail, also have the remotes as well. So it just makes it a breeze to operate. All I do is provide track power to it, and away I go. So enough talking, let's get some vantage points of an operation on the JPVille Railroad. And a little bit later on, if you keep watching, I'll bring my action camera on board and we'll get a view riding on the rails.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome aboard the Strasburg Railroad. SRC conductor to engine 90, 1 minute warning whistle please. All aboard! Now, many years ago, there used to be a narrow gauge railroad, the Lancaster, Oxford, and Southern. Sometimes when we blow our whistle, the ghost train of the old LO&S will usually answer us in return. All aboard! Now, the Strasburg Railroad is not only the second oldest public utility in all of Pennsylvania, it's the oldest short line railroad in continuous operation on the entire continent of North America. Coming up onto the left side of our train is none other than the infamous Cherry Hill Station. The steam locomotive pulling our train today was built back in 1924, and it will use about 1,000 gallons of water for each trip that it will make today.
So, Strasburg 90 by Lionel. What do you guys think? I do want to say a couple things about it. Number one is that I absolutely love the smoke effect. It's probably my favorite effect. As far as the announcements go, they're really well done. They sound nice and clear. And it's the same things you would hear if you rode the Strasburg Railroad for yourself. My favorite of all the announcements though is the ghost whistle effect. When it does that, that is the announcement doing it itself. That's not me hitting the whistle button. It's all pre-recorded and it does the effect automatically. So that's a great feature to have and very realistic compared to what you would hear in person. Now, my only complaint, actually two of them. Number one, it's not 100% a replica. You know, based off the wheel configuration, it should be a 210.0. This is 080. But again, this is on the lower price point, so you have to expect that it's not going to be 100% on point. But with that being said, it's a really good runner. Not a fast runner. It's not going to break any records. It's not a speed demon, but it's a great, reliable runner. And each time I use it, I never have any problems with it. It operates as it should. And for the price that it's going for, with a complete set with coach cars as well, it's a great way to get started into Lionel, especially with the Lion Chief remote. Very simple, it's just plug and play. But if you do want to get better options, like a whistle steam smoke effects, fan-driven smoke control, higher end electric couplers, other things, there are higher end models out there. But again, you could check with your local dealers or retailers to find out what is available for you. With that being said, hope you enjoyed the latest look at the JPVille Railroad. As mentioned, no major changes done. Hope you guys saw some of the additions, such as the buildings, cars, people, and other things that were just kind of moved around a little bit, including a couple hidden Easter eggs. I'm not going to tell you what they are, where they are. I want to hear from you guys, so feel free to leave your feedback down below. With that being said, if you'd like to see more model train related videos, I will have a playlist included in the description. And thanks again to Alan for sending this to me and giving it a new home here on the JPVille Railroad. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.